on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Attention all Wings fans! 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is the Happy Hour.
You guys going to happy hour?
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
Yeah, I'll come for a couple.
Here are your hosts, Nick Sainert.
I want to know what it's like to commit a crime without having to spend time in jail.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. This is the Happy Hour 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Rico with you guys as usual. Rico, hello.
Hello.
How's the day?
Great.
Good.
Fantastic. Fabulous. Amazing. I had heavenly waffles, and it was awesome.
I know that you're not much of a golfer, but I'll say this. This weather outside is making me want to get on the course.
Is this almost, or is it like semi-golf weather?
I mean, we're in the 50s. I've golfed in much worse.
Is it bad, though, because like the
ground's
snow
solid?
Yeah. Is it solid?
Yes, the ground is
Okay.
rock solid still.
I say, would it be squishy, some of it with the snow melting?
I think, unfortunately,
What do you want more for golfing? I
think it depends on who you ask. I would be okay with just a little softer.
Okay. Not like soggy soft. But
Yeah. Just a little softer.
Not frozen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And same with on the greens, because you want your golf ball to be able to have a little bit of spin and receive.
Okay. I don't know.
Have a little receptiveness to the ground.
Okay.
Now, I will say I've golfed in much worse temperatures and conditions than this, but also 53 degrees in April is much different than like 53 degrees in October. Or
Yes.
not April. 53 degrees in January is like much different than 53 degrees in October.
Yes.
Right. So this is
Like 53
not
degrees in
necessarily
October
close.
is like perfect hoodie weather.
Yeah.
This is like, it's okay hoodie
I'm ready.
weather.
I'm ready for shorts and a t-shirt.
100%. I want to. I saw some people walk around in shorts and t-shirts.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to do that.
I made the mistake today of wearing long pants. I needed to wear, as Simple says, short pants.
I'm going to keep wearing long pants until we get into like the 70s.
Which hopefully is not very far. Also, February 2nd, which I believe is Friday, is Groundhog Day.
Oh.
So we need Puxatawny Phil to not see a shadow.
Are you a fan of Groundhog Day?
No.
Really?
I think it's the biggest fraudulent event
Careful now.
in the world.
We love Puxatawny Phil.
I don't have any personal vendetta against the groundhog.
If you hate the day, you hate the groundhog.
Well, then I
You
don't
can't
hate the
have
day.
both.
Then I guess I don't hate the day.
There you go. Groundhog love.
I just don't always think it's the most accurate.
Oh, it's been accurate for years. It's never been wrong.
Yeah. So
Puxatawny Phil is the only meteorologist that I trust.
402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline and Starter Heyman text line are open for you guys the entire show today, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo channel 951. 961. Goodness sakes.
It's going to take a bit. We've been saying 951 for a while.
Also, can we please turn that down? Terrell Farley got in here with his thumbs and his fingers, and he turned the thermostat up to 73 degrees in the studio. And I started sweating in here. And I was like, man, that outside temperature is creeping indoors. But we got to make sure we get that back down to, the appropriate temperature. So, no, we have a lot of stuff coming up on the show today. Husker basketball gets ready for Wisconsin tomorrow night. And ahead of that, Fred Hoiberg spoke to the media earlier today. Juwan Gary is a game time decision for the Huskers tomorrow.
That means he could be coming back off the calf.
It was, and don't forget, I think there's a lot of stuff in play for Juwan Gary because Nebraska basketball is in this situation where we've discussed thoroughly about how they need all the wins they can get right now. Tomorrow night, although it probably would be a quad one loss if Nebraska fell tomorrow night to the Badgers, it's still a loss, as stupid and generic as that sounds. Nebraska has to win as many of these games coming up in the short term because they need to keep the respect of the committee. They need to also, in a much shorter sight idea, figure out a way to still get that bye in the Big Ten tournament. In the second week of March, Nebraska needs to not be playing, or third week of March, Nebraska needs to not be playing on day one.
No, yeah. Forget about the quad one losses and the quad one win. Really, all you need, Nebraska needs this win for themselves. They need this win to mentally get right, because even if it's a quad one loss, if it's a quad two loss, whatever it is, like, they just need to win some games and prove that they, again, if he's day to day, prove that they can do it without Juwan Gary, because these last couple of games, them not being able to get right, it's obviously not sitting right with the fans. And I guarantee you the players are upset at themselves because they've had opportunities to win these games and to show the committee that they are a team that needs to be respected and that they shouldn't drop however many spots they dropped with their last loss to Maryland.
I think, like, we look at Juwan Gary, right? And in this season, the junior, because don't forget, Juwan does have the ability to return next season for Nebraska.
That's crazy.
Juwan is averaging a little over 11.5 points and 6 rebounds per game. And that might be scaled a little bit by his 18 rebound performance at Kansas State that he had a couple of months back already. But when you look at some of the games that Juwan Gary's missed that Nebraska has not played well in, obviously the last one that Nebraska had that I'm completely missing here, Nebraska against Maryland, was a big one. Nebraska was able to avoid a loss against Ohio State, but once again, that was at home. Now,
you play well at home.
Nebraska, the Huskers,
which is good.
13-1 on the season at home. Tomorrow's going to be the toughest test. Or right up there with Purdue.
Yeah.
Right up there with Purdue.
I think you could say that it's the toughest test because you're going to do it without Juwan Gary, and you're going to do it on the heels of a disappointing, frustrating, demoralizing, you got out-muscled loss.
Against Purdue, Juwan Gary did have 12 points and 5 rebounds. He shot 4 of 8 from the field and 1 for 1 from beyond the arc in the 88-72 win against the Boilermakers. Now, tomorrow, I also think there's got to be a little emotion in tomorrow night's game where Nebraska falls and gets blown out on the road by double digits up in Madison a few weeks ago. And their road woes, that's kind of where they started, if you will, this season. Then now you have an opportunity to knock them off on your home floor. Not only knock them off and get a much needed win for your own sake, but also you're beating a top 6 team in the country. And then we can start to worry about, all right, quad one. You feel like, I remember having the conversation with Strick and stuff back during the Purdue game, where it was like, all right, if they get this one and which one, does it make you feel like Nebraska's safe to make it? Barring an insane thing happening where they lose out or some wild
That'd
thing
be
like that.
If you beat a number 1 team and if you beat 2 top 10 teams in the same season, you usually have a pretty good chance of making the dance.
So I mean, we can play that hypothetical scenario here. Excuse me. If Nebraska takes care of business tomorrow, and then they avoid maybe they win all their remaining games at home, which are Michigan, who's last in the Big Ten Conference, Penn State, who's near the bottom of the standings, Minnesota, right, who's still an unranked team, and Rutgers. Those are your remaining home games. Notice not one of those teams are even a fringe top 25 team.
Yep.
That's important to note, is that not one of those are a fringe, even close.
They're not
receiving votes.
Nope.
They're not being in consideration, maybe for the big tournament, maybe for the big dance, but not for the top 25.
Big Ten not having a great basketball year.
No. So then it's, okay, where do we play our best basketball at? And it's clearly, under the roof of Pinnacle Bank Arena. And number 2, it's, all right, well, under the roof of Pinnacle Bank Arena, how can we get some double trouble and have, a quality win come out of that as well? Tomorrow night's your shot. That's your one shot. Your final chance to really feel confident going into a game that, yeah, you know what, forget the ranking that's in front of their name, we believe that Nebraska can take care of business. It's tomorrow night against number 6 Wisconsin at 7:30 p.m. Because then you go on the road immediately, on the road to Illinois, and that's a top 15 contest.
Yeah, not only is it top 15, but you're away from home.
Away from home.
That's double trouble.
And then on top of that, you follow that up with a road game in Evanston, where, don't forget, Ohio State just lost by 30.
Northwestern, a good team, especially good at home.
Yeah. Has one of the best guards in the country in Boo Buie.
You were able to hold him in check, but again, at PBA.
So Juwan Gary's a big piece, right? We know that. Juwan,
it may not be his numbers, but just what he offers the team in terms of him being on the court and his ability to make those big plays. It could be 1 rebound and 2 points, but it's so timely, or it's just the way that he gets excited and he'll pump his fist and pump the rest of the crowd and the team up, that his presence is just it raises Nebraska's play just that much.
Well, exactly. And so I think also you look at just depth, right? And you have a guy like CJ Wilcher, who continues to come in off the bench and make plays, make shots, right? Make shots. But also you're seeing the growth of, all right, a little bit of Eli Rice come into play. But in a big game situation, who are you going to trust more, Juwan Gary or Eli Rice? And 9 out of 10 people, and frankly, feel like it should be 10. 99 out of 100, you're probably going to say Juwan Gary, and that's fine for right now.
I would trust the junior over the true freshman.
So if you're Nebraska, I think there's hope and just a little bit of praying going on that, yeah, Juwan Gary is going to be ready to go for Wisconsin tomorrow, because there's also this fine line, and Jay and a lot of the former players will talk about it, where it's this difference between playing hurt or playing injured. And now, granted, you have to make sure you're able to go, right? But also, like, if I was there, I'd be sitting there as a player saying, dang, I want to go tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big opportunity, not only for maybe me and my future of like NBA potential or just professional basketball potential, but more so for once it's a rarity that Nebraska's in a spot that right now they are currently in,
playing a meaningful game in February.
Well, the one that specifically is for NCAA tournament potential.
Yeah.
And so
getting this team to a spot that they rarely are in, and the ability to make history.
Nonetheless, I just think that when you look at tomorrow night's game, Juwan Gary is a big piece of it. Nebraska can do it without Juwan Gary. They've done it a few times without Juwan, where they've beaten some talented teams. Ohio State, don't forget, was up at one point by, I think, 9 points, 22-13 early in the first half. Nebraska ended up coming back and winning by 14. We saw it also in that Nebraska Northwestern game where they didn't have Juwan Gary, and Northwestern kept it toe-to-toe. Then Nebraska started pulling away, and that big 3 by K-State late kind of put the dagger in them. So we've seen Nebraska do it without Juwan Gary, which is a positive. I don't want to get it twisted or make that blurry. Don't get it twisted that Nebraska has been able to win a couple of games without Juwan Gary. And obviously it's basic and cliche to say, yeah, we want him in there rather than not want him in there. But Nebraska's also played some really disappointing performances without Juwan Gary.
Mm-hmm.
And so tomorrow night, the crowd's going to be there. The first couple hundred students, I think, are going to get a crew neck.
Have you seen it?
I like it.
It's okay.
I'm glad I still got my student ID.
Very big corn right across, just the word corn.
There's a lot of corn
right across the front.
Whenever they give away crew necks, because I got one of the giveaways a couple of years ago, and it says corn.
Just big old letters, corn.
In gray, though. In gray.
It's a nice looking crew neck, though. Looks comfy.
Yeah, it looks clean. Speaking of appearances, Husker baseball, they switched up their N on their hats.
Some people are upset.
It's a little thicker than the skinny N. I think it's just going to take some time to get used to.
Is it the block N or is it just thicker? Like, is it the legit block N?
I think it's the block N.
Some people are upset.
People are a little frustrated with it.
People love the skinny N.
I didn't mind the skinny N. they also just posted a picture of the script uniforms.
Yes,
the red script uniforms that say Nebraska, in cursive.
The stickball sports
not cursive,
are getting,
but in script.
The stickball sports are getting some nice jerseys. Did you see the softballs?
I didn't see the new ones.
The white with red pinstripes, and I believe it's
Whoa.
script. It's nice. It still doesn't take. I'm still believing that the red with the white pinstripes are the best jerseys on campus. But those are a real close second.
Man, we're close. We are just a couple of days away from stickball sports starting up. We're a very pro stickball sports show.
This is a pro stickball sports show.
And
that is what we are going to say. We might even, we have baseball corner. We might just call it stickball corner.
Stickball corner. Latex Mallard from MySpace says, I'm a Fat Ends fan here. I don't mind. I think it's just going to take some time to get used to. One uniform that I do wish they would bring back, and I say it every single year.
The U of N?
The U of N.
Those, so when they first came out, people were upset.
Weren't they like cream colored too?
Yes, those were clean.
So whenever, the U of N
I wasn't
cream
sure about
color.
it. I wasn't sure about it, but then I saw them playing the game in them, and I was like, you know what? I like those.
I really enjoy cream colored uniforms.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like even the
it's not white.
Even the Minnesota Twins who have a cream colored uniform.
Those are nice.
I like them.
Those are nice.
It's something different, but it doesn't try to do too much.
The Milwaukee Bucks have one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Those are nice.
That's right. Yeah. So big fan of the cream colored uniforms. Nebraska baseball should get back to them. I don't know. Also fan of script. Also fan of pinstripes.
Everybody's a fan of script. I love the pinstripes. The pinstripes are clean.
Yeah.
And
we're going to see the new softball uniforms in Puerto Vallarta next week.
Yes.
Next week, 2 weeks.
On the telly.
The couple days before the Super Bowl. So, as always, 402-464-5.
Puerto Vallarta and watching the Super Bowl after you play some softball.
Seriously. 5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline and the Starter Heyman text line are open for you guys the entire show today. We'll talk plenty of Husker baseball and softball in the coming days as they get ready for Puerto Vallarta, and then Husker baseball going down to Dallas and Globe Life Field February 16th through the 18th. They're going to play a couple of talented teams. They're going to play former Big 12 opponents. Baylor, Oklahoma, and Texas Tech are the three schools that are on Nebraska's docket for Husker baseball down in Dallas in just a couple of weeks.
Hopefully baseball starts better than the last time they went down to Texas to start a season.
That or last year when they started
in California, right?
0-4, or no, it was 1-3 because they lost 3 of 4 to San Diego.
No, one was a tie, remember? Because it went into
that's right.
Because it went into extras, but they passed like the time limit that they could be out there, so it had to go back to whatever.
Yeah, so it was 0-3-1.
Yeah,
that's how Nebraska.
Because they kept giving up late leads.
Yes,
it was like the 7th inning or something like that.
Hold
like
on,
everybody knew.
Let's see if I can try to find this here.
It was not a great start.
It was a tough start. I think. Also, this year, you look at maybe some of the strengths and weaknesses of Nebraska baseball, and a lot of it's going to be similar to last year, where the offense is certainly going to be able to put up runs, certainly going to be able to put up runs with guys like Dylan Carey and Gabe Swanson, where pitching, there's still some question marks surrounding the pitching staff.
The starting
for
pitching,
Nebraska.
the starting pitching suffered early, and that's why they had to go to the bullpens, and that's when they would give up late leads. Because, like you said, the offense would do enough, get them a lead. The starting pitchers wouldn't go that long. You'd have to go to the bullpen, and it was supposed to be a strength. Wasn't early on. Kind of turned it on as the season went along, but the start of the season really doomed them throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah. So you have, I mean, one guy that I will also add that is really, really, I mean, Dylan Carey is going to be one of those guys that will probably move over to shortstop.
Okay.
Now that Bryce Matthews is gone.
Bryce Matthews, best baseball player I've ever seen in my life.
So that's one of those guys that, I mean, you're going to have Bryce Matthews and Max Anderson that are moving on. And there's going to be a lot of new names that Husker fans are going to have to kind of get to know throughout the course of the season.
Go to the fan day.
Go to the fan day Friday night. This Friday, February 2nd, Groundhog Day.
There you go.
So, yeah, Nebraska baseball though in a couple of weeks. We'll Dylan Carey, Gabe Swanson, those types of guys. Kyle Perry is back as a grad student.
Yes.
So feels like that, that's an experienced arm on the bump for the Huskers.
He stopped by a couple of times, so I can say this is Grandpa Perry.
There you go. Grandpa Perry.
Grandpa Perry.
Behind the dish, you have guys like Josh Caron and Ben Columbus, who are a couple of the notable names. You'd expect maybe Josh Caron to continue to take a step over, since Griffin Everett is no longer on the roster. And you saw Caron basically hold the starting catching duties for the bulk of last season, while Griff was normally a designated hitter for Nebraska last season. So, I mean, you expect a big jump from guys like I said, Dylan Carey, Gabe Swanson. Those are certainly the two to know. Some intriguing freshmen on this roster as well. Some actually homegrown Huskers that are really intriguing. You have Max Butenbach, who's been committed to Nebraska since his sophomore year, who's I believe is a catcher. You also have Will Jeske from Lincoln Southeast High School, who's a catcher as well. Two really, really outstanding football players there that are now going to be on the baseball team for Nebraska as well. So some interesting transfers as well. I mean, we can go down the list, but maybe that's a topic for next week.
Oh yeah, we can go next week. We hit the next segment if you wanted to.
Next segment,
you want to go full stickball?
No, we can't today. We can't today. Next segment is NFL coaches, because the Seahawks have reportedly found their next guy.
Yes,
making it, and he is the youngest active head coach in the NFL. We'll tell you all about it and some other jobs as we continue with the happy hour coming up next. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Cover more acres with a pre-owned sprayer or planter from Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer. We offer one of the area's largest selections of used sprayers, applicators, planters, and seeders. Through the month of January, take advantage of fixed rate financing of 3.9% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver. Visit your local Landmark Implement location or view our complete sprayer and seeder inventory at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
The place you call home should always be a place of comfort. Warm and cozy in winter, cool and relaxing in summer. If your home isn't delivering the comfort you expect, call Bryant. It's more than just hot and cold to them. It's about providing the best comfort solutions. And Bryant gives you a full 24-month test drive on your home comfort system. Get full details at BryantLincoln.com or call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Sports Show.
Coming up in Lincoln, February 2nd through 4th at the Sandhills Global Event Center, it's the family show of all outdoors. The 55th Annual Boat, Sport, and Travel Show. With RVs, motorhomes, boats, trailers, discount tackle, and family fun for everyone. Interact with exotic animals at wildlife encounters and appearances by Husker football players. Veterans free on Friday, lots of free parking. Doors open at noon on Friday, 10 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. See you there!
Sports Show.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you are a loved one or struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
So he can maybe run a
So like speed option, those things, all you want to do.
Speed, I can't see much.
It's also,
Uh-oh.
Look what you did. Look what you did. Look at Bill.
Down.
Come on
Just
now.
calm down.
I don't say anything about semicolons or should there be a
Word
parentheses or
Too many commas over there.
Too many
Come on.
run-on sentences. Don't talk about that. It's not my wheelhouse.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning. You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
This isn't the real Caesar's Palace, is it?
What do you mean?
Did Caesar live here?
No.
I didn't think so.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the Happy Hour 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Rico with you guys
I'm
as
sorry, I
usual.
have to do that every time.
402-4 888-646-5685, the Honda Lincoln hotline and the Starter Heyman text line open for you guys the rest of the way here, as well as the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Allo channel 961.
There we go.
There it is. We're going to be joined by Austin and Strick in about 10 minutes or so for the crossover. Get you ready for On the Block with Strick and Austin. But before we do, Rico, we're going to play a little bit of a game here.
Ooh, I love games. I love this because I'm terrible at it.
We're gonna see how many of the head coaches you can name.
Oh, well, I lose already.
In the NFL.
Okay.
That from age.
Oh,
okay. Well, so I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I need to know starting with the oldest.
Ooh.
And we'll try to work our way down for as far as you can.
Oldest.
All right. I mean, we also
would it be? Is Tomlin the oldest now? No,
Tomlin is not even close.
No.
Mike Tomlin is 14,
Andy Reid.
There you go.
Andy Reid.
Mike Tomlin is 14 years younger than Andy Reid.
Andy Reid.
At age, do you know how old Andy Reid is?
67.
65. 65 years old. So how about second? Second oldest. This could surprise you. It surprised me.
I'm trying to think.
It is
Sean Payton.
You will not get it. It was the matchup of the AFC Championship game.
Oh, Harbaugh?
Andy Reid and John Harbaugh. John Harbaugh is 61 years old.
John Harbaugh is not 61.
He is 61 years old.
John Harbaugh looks good.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Never would have expected it.
Holy. He is 6 years younger. Or no, 4 years younger. What did you say? 65?
Yep.
4 years younger. He looks good. He does not even look anywhere close.
Next, do you have a guess?
Sean Payton. I don't know.
I'm
trying to think of guys who've been coaching for a while.
Sean Payton is still 4 years apart
from this person.
Or excuse me, 4 spots apart.
Okay.
There are 3 coaches that are 60 years old.
Okay.
Mike McCarthy, Todd Bowles, and Jim Harbaugh.
Oh yeah, he did.
Jim Harbaugh's an NFL coach.
He's there. He's at LA.
Then it goes Sean Payton.
Yep.
Doug Peterson with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
Matt Eberflus with the Bears.
Eberflus, is that old? Okay.
53.
Okay.
Then your boy Mike Tomlin.
There we go.
Then
Mike Tomlin's been at it for a while though.
But so here's what's crazy.
I do know that I know the 3 youngest though.
Oh, okay. Hold on. 3 youngest.
I know the 3 youngest.
Well, Washington Commanders is out because it's 0.
Yep.
Right now.
Nope. I know the 3 youngest. It's Seattle's coach.
Who?
McDonald.
Mike McDonald. So that's the brand. That's the news.
Yes.
Right. Mike McDonald has been hired as by the Seattle Seahawks from the Baltimore Ravens, making him the youngest coach in the NFL at 36 years old.
Yep.
He was born June 26th, 1987. Mike McDonald, former DC for the Ravens, now going over to Seattle. Second youngest.
Gerard Mayo.
Yes.
Because
his birthday's the day after mine.
Exactly. He is a month.
Exactly.
He is a month younger than Sean McVay.
Yes.
Yep.
Look at you, Rico.
I know that.
Sean McVay was born January 24th, 1986, while Gerard Mayo was born February 23rd, 1986.
Yep.
Dang.
I knew that.
Okay. So here's what I found interesting though. First of all, what's crazy is Sean McVay has been coaching for the Rams for a while.
And he's the third youngest coach in the NFL.
Yeah, he's still 37 years old.
Has he been? How long has he been coaching the Rams? I would say like 5 years.
For some reason, that sounds about right. Where he took it when he was 32.
Yeah, 32, 33.
Let's see.
I want to say 5 years. That seems right.
I have to go to pro.
It's more than 3.
So Sean McVay has been coaching the Rams 7 years. He was 30 years old when he took it over. Won an NFC championship in his second year.
For context, everyone, that would be me taking a head coaching job in the NFL right now.
And notice that nobody's knocking down the door.
Nope, don't do it. I don't know how long he would have been a coordinator at your age. Or like in the NFL, in college rooms as a coach.
He was the offensive coordinator for Washington in 2014, which would have been when he was 27.
He was a
There you go.
27-year-old offensive coordinator.
Yeah. 27-year-old offensive coordinator. Sean
What was I doing
McVay,
at 27?
I mean, think about
Not coordinating
not
offenses.
coordinating Washington's foot.
I was on Madden.
Think about this. 2017, when he took over the Rams, so he would have replaced Sean Fisher. Who's Fisher?
Jeff
Fisher. Would that have been who he replaced?
No, Jeff was coaching the Titans at the time.
Okay.
Because he went from the Rams. He was with the Rams in like 2000.
John Fassel.
Yeah,
that's
he was
right.
he was with the Rams.
No. It was Jeff Fisher.
Was it?
Jeff Fisher got fired midway after 13 games in the 2016 season, and John Fassel took over as interim. So Sean McVay took over after Jeff Fisher. Which feels like forever
That
ago.
does. He's like a career 500 coach.
Let's look at Jeff Fisher. Jeff Fisher is, in 22 years of coaching, 173 and 165. I mean, as close as 500 as you can get. But back to Sean McVay, what I was saying. So he took, in 2016, the Rams went 4-12. Sean McVay takes over. They go 11-5, and they end up going then 11-5 in his first year as a 30-year-old head coach, 13-3 in his second season, 9-7, 10-6, 12-5 with the Super Bowl, 5-12 last season, and 10-7 this season. You're talking Sean McVay in 7 years, 70-45.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
61% winning.
That is pretty good. And I'm just going to bring this up because I see this everywhere, and it is very interesting. The 2012, 2013 Washington, at the time, Redskins coaching staff. Kyle Shanahan, offensive coordinator. Matt LaFleur, quarterbacks coach. Sean McVay, tight ends coach. Mike McDaniel, wide receivers coach. Raheem Morris, defensive back coach.
Yep.
All of them are head coaches now. None of them for Washington.
And obviously,
and Shanahan, LaFleur, LaFleur has McVay, McDaniel. They've all had success. Raheem Morris just got the head coaching job for Atlanta, though.
Well, look at it this way. 2 of those coaches have been to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And Shanahan and McVay. Because LaFleur hasn't, Mike McDaniel hasn't, and obviously Raheem Morris. So, I mean, that's...
And Washington didn't hire any of them.
Nope. Nope. Washington's still without a head coach, by the way, which is kind of an interesting little nugget. Where,
Bill
Wednesday,
Belichick, come
January
on down.
31st. Yeah. They like the defense coordinator for Detroit, Aaron Glenn.
Mm-hmm.
They like Glenn. Ben Johnson decided to stay.
Aaron Glenn's not leaving.
I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him.
I thought Ben Johnson was like confirmed gone.
Yeah.
I felt better about Ben Johnson leaving than Aaron Glenn leaving. I think Aaron Glenn stays for one more run at it with that trio, and then both Ben and Aaron Glenn are gone next season.
Mm-hmm.
That's my feelings.
You would probably assume so. Yeah. So I mean, geez, I'm once again Sean McVay. At 37 years old, he's been coaching for 7 years.
That's ridiculous.
But what I was gonna say is, it's crazy to see the ages of coaches in some of these organizations, right? Because like I remember a couple of years ago where you had like Adam Gase, Rex Ryan, and like a multitude of other coaches that are experienced and a little older, just kind of like getting recycled through.
Yeah, it was not that long ago.
It was like Rex Ryan would go from one job to another, and Adam Gase would go from like, what was it, like the Dolphins to the Jets?
Yeah. I mean,
and
Jeff Fisher
as well.
Recycled.
But like, it's just recycling. Well, now it's so, I mean, it's popular. Look at some of these names that are being hired as the younger guys, right? So, I mean, and I get it. That's like fresh start. Have a guy that's going to, it's their first head coaching job. Some of these organizations maybe aren't just a piece away to where it's a full rebuild, right? So they're going to need a guy that they're okay with tying their rope to for a while. But like Dave Canales for the Panthers, 42 years old. So he's pretty young. We have D'Amico Ryans, who got hired last year at age 38. So now he's 39. Brian Callahan just got his first head coaching job. He's in his 30s.
Is that
Shane Steichen is in his 30s. Kevin O'Connell with the Vikings was 37 when he got hired. Sean McVay, we talked about it. Obviously, Gerard Mayo and Mike McDonald, right? Even Ben Johnson was going to be a guy who's in his 30s. So
Mike McDaniel in Miami in a couple of years. Yeah.
Yeah. You're seeing this kind of shift of instead of recycling those coaches that got fired at another place, like the Jaguars and the Gase with the Dolphins, the Jets, instead of recycling through coaches and just trying to see, hey, you know what? He didn't work somewhere else. Maybe he works here. We're seeing a lot of organizations now taking chances on maybe young and up and coming coaches.
But now you got to think, is this the new class of recycled coaches where if they have a couple of good years, they end up having a bad year, they get fired? Are they the next? Is this the next class of, oh, well, he's only 40 something. He's only 50 something. Let's bring him in here. Let's do that. Or is this going to continue where it's, well, didn't work here. Let's hire this person's OC. Let's hire this person's, tight ends coach, wide receivers coach, whatever, to be our next head coach. Are they going to continue to make new hires in the NFL, or are they going to go back to the recycled route? Because right now, the recycled coaches that we were thinking of, that we were talking about, all those guys are in their 60s, 70s. Like those guys have been through the ringer, and now they're making the move to television. They're making the moves to radio, and they're doing all of these other things where it's a lot less stressful than being the head coach of an NFL team.
I also find like we mentioned, the fit and the place is probably playing a factor into this, right? Because like you look at the Los Angeles Chargers, they go the route of 60-year-old Jim Harbaugh, and it's because there's a lot of talent in LA for the Chargers. They just need a guy that can maybe develop Herbert a little bit better and that can win football games, right? And so you see the organizations that maybe are a piece away. The Broncos, at the time when they hired Sean Payton, I think they believed that they were one little piece away because they had what they believed to be a franchise quarterback. They had two really talented wide receivers in Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy. Maybe needed to figure out the running back room just a little bit, but had some nice play pieces on defense. Once again, when they hired Sean Payton, then things, stuff kind of hit the fan, and they started selling and trading away pieces throughout the course of the season. And Randy Gregory and there was a defensive back that they let go who kept getting suspended because of violent hits. Jerry Jeudy has all that stuff that happened with Steve Smith. Russell Wilson has an issue. So like it turns out that they weren't just a head coach away.
Yeah.
Or a better piece away.
They were a lot of things away.
Yeah. A lot of things. Antonio Pierce, by the way, here's what's crazy.
That's a great hire.
So Antonio Pierce, Raheem Morris, and Dan Campbell, all relatively new coaches. These are the ones that kind of went away from maybe what we're just talking about, but I guess they're still first-time head coaches, all 47 years old.
47 is the new
60.
Yeah, I didn't know where I was
in terms of
that.
Recycled coaches.
47 is the new 30. A la Sean McVay.
There you go.
Who gets hired as a head coach in the NFL at 30?
Sean McVay.
Ridiculous. You don't have life experience to be an NFL coach. It was funny because I remember that because they were like, there are guys on this roster that are older than him. There's still guys on the roster. Man, maybe not anymore. He's 37. But at the time, like
I would be curious to see. I want to go down the 2016. Wait, no, that was 2017.
Yeah,
2017 LA Rams roster.
Thank you, Gorilla Bear. I didn't want to interrupt him.
I
was going to ask if Brian Callahan was related to Bill.
Son. Okay, this
you think he hires his dad as an offensive line coach?
Probably not.
I would.
2017 LA Rams. This is Sean McVay's first season where they went 11-5. They were NFC West Division champions.
You going to tell me all the ages or some of the guys that might have been older than him? Honestly, you could probably just say the entire roster.
No. There was a lot of 20-year-olds. Connor Barwin was 31.
Okay.
John Sullivan was 32. He was a center. Far less than I would have thought. Andrew Whitworth was 36.
Whitworth.
And Greg Zerline was 30.
Greg the Leg.
So only 4 players were the same age or older than Sean McVay.
Surprising.
But this is a team that went 11-5, finished first in their division.
Bill Belichick was double his age.
Some of the names. How about this? Some of the names on this roster. Obviously, we have Jared Goff, Todd Gurley, Tavon Austin, Sammy Watkins, Robert Woods, LaMarcus Joyner, Alec Ogletree, Robert Quinn, Aaron Donald.
That's a squad.
Tyler Higbee.
Goodness gracious.
They were good that year. That was a heck of a roster to inherit.
Look at
so
that.
there it is.
Look at that.
They lost. Oh, who was the offensive coordinator in 2017 for the Rams?
Oh, I could. Sean McVay.
Matt LaFleur. I forgot that Matt LaFleur came from LA.
Went to Green Bay.
He was in LA so in 2017 was in with the Rams. Then he went to Tennessee to be the offensive coordinator, and then went to the head coach of the Green Bay Packers.
His style changed immensely.
Yep.
From LA to Tennessee.
Wow. Matt LaFleur. Totally forgot that he
went from slinging the rock to handing it off to Derrick Henry every play.
Well, yeah, every play. You had Todd Gurley in LA.
Yeah, but you weren't handing off to Todd Gurley every play.
Prime Todd Gurley was fun to watch, though.
That was a good running back.
All right, let's take our final timeout. We bring in Austin and Strick for the crossover coming up next, right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a little patchy fog possible this morning. Otherwise, mainly sunny and warm. We'll see a high near 62. Tonight, mainly cloudy with the low near 37. And tomorrow, probably sunny to mostly cloudy skies expected, but still warm. We'll see a high of around 60. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clicker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Of local union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Sports Show! Coming up in Lincoln, February 2nd through 4th at the Sandhills Global Event Center, it's the family show of all outdoors. The 55th annual Boat, Sport, and Travel Show. With RVs, motorhomes, boats, trailers, discount tackle, and family fun for everyone. Interact with exotic animals at wildlife encounters and appearances by Husker football players. Veterans free on Friday, lots of free parking. Doors open at noon on Friday, 10 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. See you there!
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you are a loved one or struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Cover more acres with a pre-owned sprayer or planter from Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer. We offer one of the area's largest selections of used sprayers, applicators, planters, and seeders. Through the month of January, take advantage of fixed-rate financing of 3.9% for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest waiver. Visit your local Landmark Implement location or view our complete sprayer and seeder inventory at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
A lot of work goes into making Nebraska, Nebraska. Keeping it green. Helping it thrive. Making it fun. Everything that goes into caring for our outdoors, from waters to wildlife, plays a big role in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Help more kids while having a great time at the JA Bowl-a-thon. Sign your team up
and raise money to ensure the educational programs focused on financial literacy, career readiness, and entrepreneurship are always free to thousands of students. The JA Bowl-a-thon is February 16th and 17th at Parkway Lanes and Hollywood Bowl. Register at lincoln.ja.org.
Vershawn Jackson, the captain here for The Body Shop. And man, did they hook me up with a great massage recently. The captain has a lot of stress in his life, as many people do. And for 1 hour, it was all relieved. The team at The Body Shop gave me a deep tissue massage that hit every area that I was in pain at. Whether you're looking for a Swedish massage, sports massage, deep tissue, hot stone, aroma, or more, there's only one place to go. The Body Shop at 48th NA. Book an appointment today at thebodyshoplincoln.com.
The place you call home should always be a place of comfort. Warm and cozy in winter, cool and relaxing in summer. If your home isn't delivering the comfort you expect, call Bryant. It's more than just hot and cold to them. It's about providing the best comfort solutions. And Bryant gives you a full 24-month test drive on your home comfort system. Get full details at BryantLincoln.com or call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert.
I don't believe you people.
And Enrique Alvarez Clary.
What do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people?
Sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's crazy. I can't even hear you. I stole my headphones.
That's crazy.
There we go. Welcome back in. Happy Wednesday. It's the happy hour.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
It's Wednesday. Strick is just reaching over, pushing all the buttons, turning all the mics on.
Look at Stricky go.
Stricky's
Producer
going.
Stricky.
Stricky, you want to run the board for when I fill in for Austin tomorrow?
You ready? Watch this. Just take Rico off the screen since I ain't even gonna be part of the show no more.
No,
I ain't even got a job no more.
You're in the building.
Ain't nobody listens to me.
Stricky took Rico's job.
Damn, man.
Oh,
What
man.
a tragedy. How am I gonna
Did
feed
not
my...
know Thunderbirds ate each other.
Hey, Strick, how am I gonna feed my kids?
Nope, there's no sound anymore.
I know, but
he's
you
prepping.
do this?
He's prepping.
doing it.
He's
Wow.
preparing.
I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Why you on me?
Hey, what am I gonna do?
Why you on me? I know what's going on around here. I've been watching.
Stricky, you gonna board op tomorrow?
I'm gonna board up.
I'm gonna lose my house.
Dang, this is crazy.
I'm gonna lose my cars.
So I gotta figure out how to do this part.
Foreclose on your house.
I'm not gonna be able to feed my kids.
I don't touch the keyboard once when I. Why do we even have that anymore?
Yeah,
because we can do this and that.
But remember, that doesn't affect anything.
Then to do the thing.
Ah, gotcha.
Or you could.
Yeah, touch screen.
Touch screen.
Touch screen.
Oh man,
People forget.
we're big time.
We could just take the keyboard, put it in the back, just to provide some more room.
So you prefer to use the mouse as opposed to the keyboard?
Yeah, I just always use the mouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stricky.
You got to find the system that works for you, Strick. That's the thing of being a producer. There's not really one right way to do things. Find the thing that's most comfortable for you. So get used to that.
Except the way that I do it. That's the only right way.
Yeah.
What's up, my boy?
Nothing. I'm gonna be filling in with you tomorrow.
Yeah,
with you, not for you.
Well, tomorrow's a big day, so it's going to be a long
It
day
is
for
a
Strictly.
big day.
WTF 6 to 7, and then
You got Thirsty Thursday though,
We
Stricky.
got that.
It's Thirsty Thursday.
but I won't
I'm
be there.
joining you for
What?
Thirsty Thursday.
No,
I will be there. No,
Yeah,
you
you can't be skipping out on
Go
that.
get me a sip of
Why,
something.
why
man.
would you not?
Kevin brings you the
No,
sip.
I'm gonna get it started. I'm
It's
gonna get it
for
started
you.
with Thirsty Thursday.
Trick, it's literally
But
for you.
then I go to the game right
Yeah.
after
We go to the game.
WTF.
We go to the game.
But I'm gonna be late, so I need you to hold me down.
I'll try my best. It's 6th ranked Wisconsin.
I know, but
It's-
it's my
it's-
spot. It's
You
my
got to
spot.
save a spot.
I'm
I
gonna give you.
understand.
If I gotta
Save
give
him
you
a
my
seat.
bag, I need to give you.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I
Got
can.
it.
Well,
Oh.
time out. Security folks might not let me bring 2 bags and be like, why
Security.
are you bringing in 2 bags?
Because all you
Tell
do
them
is
one's
tell
your
them.
carry-on.
You tell them it's East Stricky.
Okay, I'll tell them it's East Stricky.
Yeah.
And they'll say, we
Just
don't.
show them the front.
Do
of
you
the
even
bag.
need a bag?
Yeah, take my computer.
That's true. What if I just put your computer in my bag?
Oh, that'll work.
That'll work.
That'll
But
work.
then they'll look in the bag and be like, why do you need two
Why do you have two
computers?
computers?
Well, one is for this world domination that I'm about to have and from PBA, and one's to cover the game.
They call me.
You guys see Mission Impossible? The latest
Yeah.
one, that's what this is.
Yeah.
What
Okay?
did the, what,
Don't
did,
mess
what,
with me.
what did the brain used to do in those situations? What was his signature
Brain.
thing? Pinky in the
Pinky in the
brain.
brain.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
What
what
was
are we
his
going to do
thing?
tonight, Brian? Same thing we do every night, Pinky. We try to take over the
The
world.
world.
That's what
That's
I was
right,
saying.
Nick.
That's what I was saying.
You're
Or,
pinky in
or
the
I'll
brain.
just
In the
brain.
My wife took this picture of Beckett, and his head looked to be the size of the brain.
Oh my!
It is not, like he's a baby, so his head is like big, anyways. But it's not like
You're supposed to
disproportionately
massage it.
large,
No, you're not.
right?
You do massage
The
the brain.
picture that she
Nah,
took
just
is
leave
from
that
the
thing alone.
worst angle for this poor kid's head.
Oh,
Hell
poor
yeah.
thing.
Dang.
Hey, awkward
But-
photo of the
but-
baby.
But what does Herbie look like when he's in the regular body? He looks like Pinky in the brain. He's
Oh,
got the
okay.
big brain.
I thought you were talking about him for a
No.
moment.
I'm
Okay.
talking
no.
about regular Herbie.
Okay, regular
Yeah.
Herbie.
No, see, his head isn't like overly large.
Oh no, it's just
It's
getting
just
started.
the angle of the picture.
it's a little large.
It's
Hey,
big.
what did Kevin Hart say?
Damn. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
Look at the size of his head.
You gotta massage it,
Hey,
baby.
it's okay. KJ's got a massive dome. It's all good.
Boy, we seen that.
Filled
dog.
with-
Hey,
filled
But
with
he got it
actual
from
brain.
dad.
No,
He
I don't
definitely
know
got it
about
from dad. The fro top hides
Hey,
the brain. I
he's
got a big brain.
he's got
too.
a massive head and there is nothing in there. That kid is wild.
It's
Just like his
you knock
dad.
on it,
That
it's all
kid
hollow.
is wild.
Oh,
Hear an echo.
Maybe he takes after his dad more
One-
than
hey,
we think.
Hey, 100%. That kid's jumping off of couches for no reason. Just landing. He goes, ow.
How's
And then he
daycare
does it
today?
again. I go, what is your problem? How's
Yeah.
daycare? Let's find out. Let's just check his picture. This is an everyday thing. I get pictures from daycare, which I love.
At my
And,
previous stop, while Rico's looking that up, we played a game, the host and I, of would Austin eat what Reese ate today?
Oh no, that's crazy.
Do you want to? Would Austin eat what KJ ate today?
Let's see.
All right. For lunch, applesauce.
Okay.
Cucumbers.
Me.
Dorito casserole.
Ooh, intrigued.
And some milk.
Sure.
All right, cool.
Not bad.
Austin's
Not a
getting
cucumber guy, though.
satisfied.
They're playing outside.
You got pictures?
Yeah, they're playing outside.
There it is.
Look at
Oh,
that dude.
KJ.
Attaboy.
Look at that.
But then, you know what he did? You know what he did? Because he's crazy. He's a wild man. Took his coat off.
Ooh.
Crazy. Boy.
Dang, you guys get pictures of everything.
Crazy. Everything. It's great. I love it.
Our kids are growing up in a surveillance state.
Pictures from outside earlier. He was wearing his jacket, but then he threw it off and refused to put it back on. That's about right.
I
It
don't
actually
know
feels
how
pretty good outside right
It
now.
does.
I said it made me want to golf.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the one thing I think you can do, Nick, in weather like this today,
Driving
as
range.
long as the sun's up,
Driving range.
as long as the sun's up and there's no wind,
Yeah.
it's a good golfing day.
It is.
This is workable. I can
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
normally don't get in the 50s if there's
No.
wind because I'm just like, oh no, I can't do that.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Hey, Rachel texted me. She's listening. She said, "Don't be talking bleep about my little boy. I like him more than you."
Dang.
But does he like you more than her? That's the real question.
We're not going to answer that question.
Yeah. KJ, big Rico guy. So anyway.
Hey, I gotta have one, right?
Who wouldn't be?
Anyway, what's coming up on the show today, gentlemen?
It's going to be a fun show. Let me pull the rundown up here. So I know we're talking about Dondi Plowman, who is going after the NCAA.
Oh.
She is not at all happy with the NCAA. Tennessee and Virginia are suing the NCAA. So that'll be fun. Does Patrick Mahomes have a dad bod?
Okay.
That's the question. There were some rather unflattering angles from the locker room. Patrick Mahomes
He got a little bit of a belly.
not
Does
happy
he?
about.
He got
yeah.
a little bit of.
We'll
belly.
talk some Nebraska, Wisconsin.
One of us. One of us. He's got a little.
You too can be
of
Patrick
us.
Mahomes.
Yeah, he's got a little mini cookie pooch.
You two can look like me.
Dame's return to Portland, and then a lot of Husker baseball with Evan Bland.
Husker baseball.
There you go.
We're coming back,
With
baby.
a little athleticism
it's coming
and a
back.
whole lot of luck. You too can look like me.
There you go. Gosh. We got asked, is KJ on Rico's guys or dudes list?
Both.
Okay. The only other guy to
But
be
also-
on both is Eric Strickland.
But also,
ooh,
that's my son.
so is Thor. All right, we're out of here. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Adios.
The place you call home should always be a place of comfort. Warm and cozy in winter, cool and relaxing in summer. If your home isn't delivering the comfort you expect, call Bryant. It's more than just hot and cold to them. It's about providing the best comfort solutions. And Bryant gives you a full 24-month test drive on your home comfort system. Get full details at BryantLincoln.com or call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project